All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to session number 4 of your Desmos Linear Art Project tutorial. And this session is focused entirely on circles. Okay, so here's our basis for the formula for circles. It's a little bit different than parabolas and cubics and even linear functions. Well, because it's not a function because it fails that vertical line test. Okay, but it's not just a y equals equation. It's x squared plus y squared equals some number. Okay, and this number is very important. As we change that number, okay, that affects the radius of our circle. Okay, so as you can see from the center here, 0, 0, the radius is 1, 2, 3. Okay, if we want to make that radius equal to 2, here's how I would change it. Right there. So now we have a radius of 2. Okay, if I want to make a radius of 5, I would make that number here, that constant that my equation equals, be equal to 25. Okay, so the radius of our circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is equal to the square root of that number there. Okay, so if I enter 36, the square root of 36 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's the radius of my circle. Okay, so if I have 9, radius is 3. All right, and we can also change the center of our circle by adding and subtracting numbers to our x and our y. Okay, so here if I want to move this to the left and to the right, I'm going to change x. So if I want to move it to the right, 3, I subtract 3. So there's a new center of our circle, x minus 3. Okay, if I want my center to be at 5, I would do x minus 5. And there we have it. Okay, so changing my x changes the left and right center of my circle. Okay, and again, if I wanted to make my center here at x equals -6, I would add 6 inside. So x plus 6 gives me that center right there. Okay, and again, just like you thought, I can move it up or down by adding or subtracting to my y. So if I want to move it 2 spaces down, I add 2. If I want to move it 3 spaces up, I subtract 3. So it's always kind of the opposite. So that's something important to remember, okay? So we can move it to wherever we want, that center, okay, which changes where our circle is going to be, okay? Now again, we can even change our radius. Okay, now it's a radius of 4 because it's 16. We can have a radius of 1 because the square root of 1 is 1. And we can also have fractions and decimals as our radius too. So we can have one that's slightly bigger than 3 or slightly less than 3, like that. Okay, remember this number is the square of the radius. Okay, that's not the radius. We have to square root that to find the radius. Okay, that's how we can make our square larger and smaller. All right, and of course, like with all of our graphs, we can restrict our domain. So if I wanted from here -6 to 3, -3, -6 is less than x is less than -3. So I have this semicircle, okay, which is maybe not what we wanted. Perhaps I wanted, just this bottom portion. So then I would have to go and, well, you guessed it, restrict my range from -2 to 1. All right, so I can restrict my range. So -2 less than y is less than positive 1. And there we have it. I have just a little tiny corner of my circle. Maybe I only wanted it to go to 0, okay, and then I have that portion. Or maybe it wanted to start at -1 or -0.25, okay, depending on what portion of that line I want, okay? And again, please rewatch these videos if you have any questions. If you need any help or any other further questions you have for me, please feel free to email me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. See you next time.